Friends, how are you people doing? Today we're going to talk about a sutta called Mahasachaka Sutta, in which the Buddha speaks to Sachaka, the son of Niganta, and he is at Vesali. It so happens that Sachaka comes to the Buddha and he sits at one side after paying obeisance to the Buddha, and he asks the Buddha the following questions. What is it that he asks him that there are some recluses who are developed in mind but they have not developed themselves bodily, whereas there are some recluses who have developed themselves bodily but not of mind. So the Buddha asked him, can you give me some examples of those recluses who have developed themselves bodily? Then he talks about a lot of recluses during that period, like Nanda Bacha, Kissa Sankacha, Makali Gosala, who starve themselves, who eat very less morsels of food, and that is why they have developed their body but not their mind. Then the Buddha asks him, can you tell me of some people who have developed their mind and not? Then the Sachaka is unable to answer that. Then Sachaka further asks the Buddha, can you yourself tell me whether you are developed in body and mind? That the Buddha just smiled and he did not take offense, and he said, it so happened that I was undeveloped in both body and mind when I had left the householder's life. I had donned yellow robes and I felt that the householder's life is not for me. And I decided to set forth from the house, renounce everything, and decided to live a life of a recluse. And then he gave 3 similes to explain the theory of being developed in mind and body. This was the Buddha's unique contribution. He would always talk in a language which was very simple to the person in front of him, by way of similes, metaphors, in different ways, depending on the psychology of the person sitting in front of him. So he said, suppose there was a person who had a stick in his hand, a dry stick of wood in his, and in those days fire was ignited by rubbing 2 sticks. So suppose this person would go near the water and there was a stick lying in the water. So would he be able to create a fire? He asked Sachaka, to which Sachaka said, with the dry and the wet it can never happen. So similarly he said, a person who is steeped in sensuality, like the stick lying in the water, is like a person who is developed in body but not of mind. Similarly, he gave the second example by giving the simile of a stick in the person's hand which is dry, and also a stick which is lying away from the water but still it is wet. That is, a person is staying away from sensuality but his mind is developed but body is not. So then also fire cannot be developed. Then he said, there is another person who takes a stick and there is a dry stick lying on the ground. So then the fire can be ignited. That means wisdom can be found by developing both body and mind together. Then the Buddha gives a lot of examples and says that when he tried to start his journey towards enlightenment, he had done a lot of experiments on himself. He had clenched his teeth, he had stopped breathing, then he had put coals on his body, then there was extreme torture. He used to eat very less, due to which he tried to torture his body, and he thought that the mind would have control if the body was tortured, to which he negated it. And then there was so much extreme torture to his body that if one would put one finger on his stomach, it would touch the midriff. So he was so thin, like a skeleton, and he had become totally black. And because of this extreme suffocation to this body, he remembered of when he was a small child, and when he was at his father's place. He remembered how he had enjoyed rapture of the jhana when the harvest festival was going on. At that time, he had not subjected his body to any kind of torture. So then he thought that he should have food which is enough to sustain himself, and he started having the food. And his 5 companions who were with him left him because they thought he started living a luxurious life. And then he sat on the banks of the Niranjana river under the Bodhi tree, and he understood what it is that body and mind both have to be in equilibrium. And when he attained enlightenment, at that time, the first watch of the night, he was able to need not torture his body. So he saw in his, he was able to, he achieved jhanic peace. He was able to see his previous births during the first watch of the night. And then in the second watch of the night, he was able to see beings coming and going from the earth. And in the third watch of the night, he was able to remove all the taints of his sensuality, and he was able to achieve, he was freed from the cycle of birth and death. And then it so happened that when then afterwards he was able to steady, after giving Dhamma talks, he was able to steady his mind and body and concentrate on singleness. He started, his mind was even aware when he was sleeping. After listening to the whole discourse, Satchaka became convinced that the Buddha has truly developed his mind and body, and he takes leave of the Buddha. When we listen to Mahasatchaka Sutta, we understand that it is important for us to follow the middle path which is advocated by the enlightened man. May all beings be happy.